Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, your phone rings, you answer, the voice on the other end says, "We've reviewed your results. You have exactly 1 year left to live." Not maybe, not around. Exactly. 1 year, 365 days, 8,760 hours, 525,600 minutes. That's it. Now, stop for a second. Don't think about someone else. Think about yourself. What would you do today? Most people believe they'd immediately quit their job, travel the world, spend every moment with family, finally chase their dreams. But would you? Or would tomorrow look surprisingly similar to today? Because the strange thing about humans is that we adapt to almost anything, even the unimaginable. The first few days would probably be chaos. You'd cry, you'd panic, you'd bargain with reality. Maybe you'd search for miracle cures. Maybe you'd convince yourself the doctors made a mistake. Because accepting the end means letting go of the illusion that there will always be more time. But eventually, something unexpected happens. The fear begins to fade, not because your situation improves, but because your perspective changes. For the first time in your life, time becomes visible. Every hour suddenly has weight. Every morning feels valuable. Every sunset feels different. Think about how you spend today, scrolling through social media, watching videos you won't remember tomorrow, arguing with strangers online, worrying about problems that won't matter next year. Now imagine doing those exact same things while knowing you only have 12 months left. Suddenly, they seem ridiculous. It's funny. Most people don't actually want more time. They want to stop wasting the time they already have. We complain about Mondays, rush through Tuesdays, wait for Fridays, and before we realize it, another year disappears. Not because life is short, but because attention is. If you only had 1 year left, your priorities would rearrange themselves almost instantly. The expensive car? Less important? The promotion? Maybe. That argument you've been holding onto for years? Probably meaningless. You begin to understand something that was always true, but impossible to see. Most of what stresses us doesn't actually matter. You would probably call people you haven't spoken to in years, not because you're lonely, but because you'd finally understand the value of unfinished conversations. You'd apologize more, forgive faster, laugh louder, and hug people a little longer. Not because you've become a better person, because you've become an honest one. You'd also notice something uncomfortable. Some people would disappear. Not everyone who says they care actually does. When your future becomes limited, you quickly discover who values your time and who only values your availability. Here's another strange thought. Would you still chase success if you knew you wouldn't live long enough to enjoy it? Would you spend months trying to impress strangers? Or would you spend those months creating memories with people you love? Success changes when time becomes scarce. Now imagine something even stranger. Nothing around you has changed. The world is exactly the same. Cars still drive. People still go to work. Meetings still happen. The internet still argues about meaningless things. Only you know the countdown has begun. It's almost like watching humanity from the outside. You start noticing how everyone behaves as if they'll live forever, as if tomorrow is guaranteed, even though it never was. Here's the biggest irony. Most of us already live like we have unlimited tomorrows. But, statistically, one day, without warning, every single one of us will run out of them. The only difference is that we don't know which day it is. So maybe the real question isn't, what would you do if you had 1 year left? Maybe the real question is, what are you waiting for? If you already know your time is limited, call your parents, start the project, take the trip, read the book, say, "I love you," forgive someone, forgive yourself, stop postponing your life until life gives you permission, because it won't. 1 year sounds terrifying, but imagine reaching your final day and realizing you actually never started living at all. That is a far scarier ending. Maybe you don't have 1 year left. Maybe you have 50. Maybe you have 50 days. Nobody knows. And that's exactly the point. The countdown has already started. You just can't see the clock. So when this video ends, don't just watch the next one automatically. Pause, look around, Ask yourself one simple question. If today were the first day of my final year, what would I change? And then change it. Because the greatest tragedy isn't dying, it's reaching the end without ever truly living.